Also, what's up, beautiful souls? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mamina. You can call me Mina for short, or Divine Starseed. This message is channeling, focusing on what phase of love are you ready for and or in. Okay, we're gonna hop right on in. This is for all signs. Let's get some clarity on what's happening here with accuracy. What phase of love are you ready for or currently dealing with? What phase of love are you ready for? Oof, we have Rocky and Devil in Disguise. Rocky start, Devil in Disguise. As far as like what phase of love you're ready for, you're not ready for love quite yet. You wouldn't be able to sincerely accept it. You would always think that there's another shoe that's going to fall from the sky, which means that even if the other person gives you all that they can, you'll find a problem and you'll create a problem. That's just going to be where your mind is, due to past experiences, due to the fact that typically when you would enter a relationship, it might be cool for all of 2 seconds, and then it would get rocky, it would get crazy. Come to find out, that person was putting on a facade. For some of you, you're currently dealing with this. You see the red flags, you excuse them away. Oh, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to, put something on this person that shouldn't be on this person. But the reality is, there is something they're hiding from you. There is another side to them that they're slowly allowing to creep out the more that they see that you tolerate something. So if you're currently dealing with a person and this is what your situation looks like right now, it's not gonna get better. It's gonna get rockier. It's gonna get more disturbing because of what you're allowing to take place. For someone else who you might be thinking, I feel lonely right now, or I just want someone, I feel like I'm at that point in my life where I'm ready for a person. You're not. There's still some healing that needs to be done, because 2 things. 1, you don't want to keep running into same devil, different face. Okay, notice the mask here. Yes, it's supposed to be devil in disguise, but you don't want to keep running into a person that gives you all these roses that you forget to check the thorns, and then you get cut up because you didn't make sure that this was a proper situation, and now you're tied in these rose thorn vines and whatnot. Okay, you want to be able to authentically see people for who they are. And right now, it's not that you'll necessarily just have rose colored glasses on, but even in believing that there's always going to be a shoe to fall, that in of itself sets you up to run into the same devil, different face, or run into a good person and project. And you don't want that. Okay, you don't want that kind of problem. For some of you, that's why things are currently rocky. So know your situation, tap in, be open and honest with yourself. You could be dealing with someone right now that things are getting rocky because you're making a lot of assumptions about them, whether it's in a negative view of a character or an over positive view of their character. Okay, of their character. You could be thinking way too positive about something that's clearly negative, or you could be thinking negative about something that's just positive. You have to use your discernment and properly tap in. Don't allow the past to dictate the present. That's number 1. But understand the lessons you were supposed to learn before so that you can properly apply them. Properly. All right? Let's see what's under the cover here. You see what I'm talking about? There's a longing for those of you who chose to watch this currently, whether the longing is coming purely from you or you and another person. And because of that longing, you're constantly finding yourself running into this type of scenario where things seem cool at first for 2 seconds, maybe 2 weeks, a month of the connection. And then it's like all of a sudden these problems start, and you'll make excuses. You'll say things to yourself like, well, all relationships have their ups and downs. This is true, right? But that's not what you're dealing with. You're seeing red flags and painting them pink, and that's not helping you. For someone else, the longing But at the same time, dealing with past situations that were problematic makes you create a problem by entering connections and always assuming something's going to go wrong. This is too good to be true. That's eventually he or she's going to do XYZ. That you end up either really meeting that kind of person or ruining a good thing. So are you ready for a phase of love right now? No. There's some healing that needs to happen. There's, a bond with yourself that you need to have so that you know what you're tolerating and what you won't. Okay. And then as you enter connections, you need to allow yourself to see people authentically. Be authentically you and see people for who they authentically are. Because I'm going to tell you, if you're being the real you and for some reason they can't handle that, and I mean the real you, I'm not talking about the you built out of trauma. Let's say you dealt with a trauma where you didn't have a voice and so now you talk all the time. Well, that's just you talking all the time. That's not the equivalent of you being a healed person. That's just you saying, I gotta get the word in and get the word out before somebody interrupts me. Wait, let me just say. But hold on, because I have to say, you see what I mean? Calm down, breathe, relax. Let people really hear you. And in return, you have to really hear other people. You can't, sometimes for some of you, your trauma makes you unintentionally project onto another person what you've been through, right? If you're an individual who was always put on the spot and now you hate being put on the spot, it's like, I don't want to, you have a tendency of putting others on the spot to save yourself. That's not you being healed. That's not a lesson learned. That's just you passing the buck to someone else. You see what I'm saying? You're not fully ready yet. Give yourself time. Let's get one more. You see, a lot of y'all are used to putting up with disrespectful energy and or at times projecting it back, tick for tat, or it was done to me, I'm gonna do it to you because you did it to me, and it lowers your vibration. There's only but so much arguing that you can allow yourself to go through in a situation or with yourself. If you're dealing with a person, you already know what this is saying. Remember, we were looking at this from 2 points of views. Who's ready for a certain phase in love, or what phase of love are they ready for? This is saying here that if that's what you came here for, you're not ready for a phase of love yet. You need to slow down. You need to work on yourself. You need to properly pay attention to the people that you're attracting. If you were with somebody currently right now, you need to understand who they truly are. It's always been rocky. You didn't pay attention right away. And then by the time you started paying attention, you made excuses for the things that you saw, and or they made excuses for you. I'm actually seeing a masculine right now do this with a feminine. This is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. I'm seeing a masculine peep that there's something about the feminine they're dealing with that's off, but constantly entertaining it. Okay, something wrong here. Why does she create arguments out of scratch? Why is this going on? Why is that going on? Why is she acting like that she has a headache? I barely said 2 words to her. But you stay and you tolerate and you tolerate. That's not going to change that feminine. That's not going to make her do different, just like it wouldn't make a man do different. It's just going to keep them in the same energy and make it worse. You need to come out of that situation, but it has to be your choice. No one can force you. If you were looking for someone to put the gavel down on your situation, that's between you and the divine. The divine will give you all the signs, all the hints, direct message, not even hints, like direct message. But if you choose to ignore it, that is a choice, and you can't be mad at people around you or anyone else for so-called not telling you when your own instincts is saying to you something is not right here. Now, a masculine energy was pointed out, but this is again for everyone, for any situation, any kind of relationship, whatever you want to title it. That's what's going on here. There's a lot of longing that's allowing disrespect. There's a lot of rockiness appearing where if you paid attention, it really wasn't stable to begin with. But again, it was like 2 weeks, a month of bliss, and then it turned into shit. And for some of you, it might have been turning into shit for the last year and a half. It's not going to get better from here. That's what Spirit is telling you. You've tolerated too much. So you have to allow yourself. My phone just rung. I normally have my ringer off. This person could be trying to contact you, or this is Spirit putting you on notice. Sometimes when my phone rings during readings and I know I had the volume down, it means Spirit's putting you on notice. Pick up on that notification right now. If this person's trying to get under your skin and call you and disrupt your peace, hang it up. It's a very simple message, love. That's what I have for you. I pray it gave you some clarity and guidance for your situation. Peace, love, and light, beautiful soul. If you enjoy the vibe around here, be sure to subscribe and, of course, check out my Oracle decks. See you next time.